guys, this is Fia from Fia's Handmade Soaps, and I am coming to you with a rebatch job today. This is about 6.5 ounces of rebatch. Probably more, I guess, because you know how after you add the oils and then all your additives like milks and lye water and stuff like that, so it's probably about 7 pounds. And I have about, since this is a big batch, I got about 5.5 ounces of coconut milk here to add in there. So, and this crock is a 8-quart crock. I still have more shreds, so as I'm stuffing these, I'm really packing it in there and stuffing it down, so I can get the rest of it, the last few bars of shreds in there. And I will bring you back when something happens. Okay. Mind you, I didn't even put the top on after I just, I paused the camera and I went into the next room to shred up some more. And I came in and realized I didn't even put the top on. So that can make things take a little bit longer. Yeah, with a batch this size, it's going to take a minute. So don't even stress yourself. Just remember to put the top on. And just check it every now and then. See how it's doing. See if it's melting. Well, it will be melting. It's just, just check on the progress and whether, you need to stir or add any more liquid or, stuff like that. So it's not going to be a quick process. Not at all. Not with something this big. I think I had a small 1 pound batch one time that took really a nice short amount of time. But this, shush, I think I rebatched some of my one of my soaps recently too. It was at night and my son was running around and I just didn't have time to really do a video, so I said I'll do a video when I rebatch something else. So it just wasn't, it was just at night and I was just like, I want to get it over with. I'm not going to wait for the weekend or the weekday when my son is not here to do it, and do a video. So I already did a rebatch before this. Came out great. It took a while because my friend bought me this one, but I was using my regular 5 pound crock. I keep saying 5 pound, I meant 5-quart crock. I was using the regular one. And so I had a lot of, it was one of those 5 pound batches, total weight probably about 6 pounds, and it just wasn't, I just couldn't really get it in there, so I had to put some in the small crock pot, my small, 1.5-quart crock. So I had 2 separate going on, but that worked out for me because after I melted everything all down, it was sort of like a light purplish gray color because of the regular colors I had used. So I just added some more lavender color in the big pot, and then I added titanium dioxide to the small pot. And so as I was putting it in, I was just, scooping and then I took a hanger to it, and it came out really good. And I had rebatched the lavender essential oil. It was lavender and rosemary essential oils that was already in it, and I was rebatching it. I was kind of upset because I thought once it melted all down and got too hot that, it would burn off the essential oils and everything, and I would have to, and I had ordered more and everything. So when they came, that's when I did my rebatch. And when I was doing the rebatch, I could smell the lavender and rosemary the whole time. So, and I was just like, it was so strong that I didn't even put any more in that batch. So once I had molded everything and it was just a really strong lavender rosemary smell. So I just never had to add any more essential oils in there. So that saved me. Unfortunately, like I had already reordered more. I ordered a lot of it too. I was like, just in case, you never know, I might need some, you know, some more. And it's not that it was a waste of money because I didn't need it. But, you know, I now have a lot more for future batches. But I just didn't need to order it at that time. So, and I still have a couple more bars to actually shred. But don't worry, because this cooks down. Once it cooks down and starts to melt and everything, you can get your last bit of shreds in there. So don't worry about it. Yeah, don't worry about it. I don't know. I might actually be thinking about just saving a couple more of those bars. Just give it to my husband. Because if you watched my last video, I think it was the last video, I had made a so-called formal with these colors, which was white, black, blue. Yeah, white, black, and blue. And it was called formal in a big 5-pound batch. And this was the first formal, though, that just went wrong. It seized so bad because I blended too much, and it got hard as a rock, and I had to try and smash it down into the mold. So this was the first one, and I just decided to remake it over with the same fragrance and everything. So this is just I'm gonna add a different fragrance and probably a different color, or maybe some mica lines. We'll see. So let me move this over here. So yeah, I have to come up with a different name for this now. I'll see what comes to me after I add the color. I don't know what color. I want to see what color it turns before I actually do anything. It might turn a gray because of the black in there. So it could be a gray. I might leave it whatever color it turns, and thinking about doing some mica lines, maybe like a blue mica line, maybe. Not mica line, but mica lines. I like doing multiple mica lines. So we'll see. And I'll bring you back. I put a little aloe juice in here too. I just like poured it over the top. A couple ounces, maybe 3. I'm still going to add my milk in here because I like some form of milks in my soup. It gives it a nice creamy, lathery feel. And besides, you know, this is a big batch, so, you know, you'll just use more liquid than you normally would for 1 pound or 2 pound, you know. So add some more liquid. It's not going to mess up your batch. It just, I mean, depending, it might add a little, you know, some more, couple weeks drying time onto it. But you know, you can still use the soap right after you make it. It'll still be, you know, hard enough to use. It'll still probably be kind of soft because depending on how much liquid you add, but I don't really mind that because this is a bigger batch. And the first thing that's going to melt is the edges. And then eventually you'll get to the middle. You'll start to see everything melt together. And that's all my shreds I'm going to add. So I told you I would get it in there. As it's melting underneath, I just like kind of push this down. Ah, I just touched my wrist to the crack. That's hot. Yeah, so this will melt. And as it melt more, then I'll add my milk. Once I'm able to really stir everything. So yeah, a bigger batch like this, it might take a couple hours or more. I mean, if you don't mess with it. You just sit there, if you put all the shreds you're going to put in there, you put the top on, and just leave it alone for a while. Yeah. It don't look like, I mean, this is hot, so this thing is definitely, probably because it's brand new, this thing is definitely moving. As soon as I put the top on, I can really see that steam coming up there. So this actually might not take as long as I think it will. So this video is about taking whatever you messed up, your shreds or whatever, and turning it into something else. Newer, better looking, whatever. My last rebatch video was just like random scraps that I've had for like a year, sitting in a coconut oil bucket. That, you know, the shreds, the slivers were kind of weird, so I couldn't really shred it all good. So I still got the chunky pieces in the soap after it started to melt. Never mind that I had went and washed my hair and just like was like, it'll be fine. But that was a small batch, and this one is a pretty big batch. So with this one, I probably could go off and wash my hair for like a half an hour and come back, it'd be fine. But the other one was smaller, and I shouldn't have done that. So I burnt some of the edges, but it gave the soap character. I put a couple colors in there and turned it into this nice granite looking soap. So, but this one, yeah, it's a bigger batch, and I can see the steam and everything getting here. So this looks like it's gonna really melt down faster than I think. So we're definitely going to turn this into a whole new soap. I'm going to first see what color it's going to be once everything melts down. I think it might be a gray. I don't know. We'll see. If it's a gray, I might leave it that color. I'll probably leave it that color. And maybe do some blue mica lines in there. So, and turn it into a whole new soap. So all I'm doing is taking the melted pieces, the melted goo out of the sides. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a gray. So it's not terrible. I'm sort of okay with that. I don't think there's no color I really want to add to it. Because gray is okay. Straight gray with some dark blue mica lines sound like it would be really cool. So I'm just taking that goop off of the sides and pushing down in the crevices the unmelted pieces so they can get melted good. Yeah, this is actually moving a whole lot faster than I thought, because I really thought this was going to take a long time, but it's not. And by the way, my crock pot is on high, not low or warm, high, because I really don't want to be doing this all day. So, and as I'm doing this, as you can see, a lot of it has melted. It's just like underneath this chunk. So I'm just kind of going through and chipping away at pieces of the chunk that's in the middle. Kind of, you know, sliding it down to the sides so it can melt a lot faster. So everything looks good so far. the way this is going, I probably wouldn't even need to really add my milk, but I'm going to add my milk anyway because I like to add milk. I already added, what the heck is it called again? I already added aloe vera juice. Probably about 3 ounces or so. It was the last little bit that was left in the jug. And I had just bought a new jug from Walmart, so yeah, it was the last little bit left in the jug that I just poured in there. And you can hear the sizzle when I had poured it in. And let you know your crock pot is working. And it's hot. Because the aloe vera juice had came straight out the fridge. Yes, I'm just chunking. I'm just getting a bit in the middle, trying to chunk it up. Stir this around in there on top of the unmelted soap. As you can see, it's melting really nicely, really fast. Dad, what kind of joint is this? Hamilton Beach. Ah, okay. Just going to smooth the top here and put the top back on. I'm still, my fair is coming up still, and I probably got I got less than 2 weeks. Oh my goodness. So I'm kind of nervous. I'm still working on my table, making sure everything looks good. I was looking for some displays, but my husband just got some. He just bought some organizing shelves, some plastic organizing shelves from Big Lots. They got legs on them. They're really sturdy, and it said that it holds up to 20 pounds, which is pretty cool because I was just going to go I couldn't find what I was looking for at an affordable price, you know. So I was just going to go to maybe Home Depot and make my own darn shelves. But he came home last night with those, so I actually love those. I don't think I have to go to Home Depot to make anything. We'll see. So I'm going to set up my table and take a look at everything and see if I mean, they are plastic, clear plastic. So, you know, it didn't say it was for the bathroom. You could pretty much use it for anything, and they're stackable, and they break down. Now, they don't break down, but the legs fold up. So I'm going to look at them and see whether I want to keep them clear on the table or not, the clear plastic shelving, or do I want to, because I know Family Dollar, which is right down the street, they have these, what you call them, drawer liners, and they have one that looked like a wood grain. I thought would be pretty cool if, you know, if it needed it. So, if it needs it, that's what I'll do is, you know, maybe buy some drawer liners, the sticky. I don't know if they stick. They might not be sticky. Just something that you could just lay down and just put your soaps on or something. So they might not be sticky. But you could always stick them on there with some double-sided tape or whatever, or glue. So we'll see. I'm going to set it up. I'm going to take a look at it. And maybe the next video that I show you guys will be, I'll show you me trying to set up for my first craft fair, and you know, the process, what the table might look like. Maybe you guys, maybe I'll post it really quick before the fair, and you guys can give me some feedback on it. You know, sort of help me out with my table. Okay, I'll bring you back when more melting happens. Look at that. It's definitely coming along really good. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. There's still the big chunk in the middle, so that's why it's still going to be in there some more. Still chunk in the middle, see? That has got to melt. So that's why it's going to be a little bit more. But this is definitely moving fast. Still not as fast as I would like, but it's moving. just got to make sure everything gets mixed in good so everything can melt. So if your rebatch takes a little bit long, that's okay. I guess you could stop it like this and just like mold it. It would be interesting. But this is definitely not done. Because you obviously can see the shreds that's still in here that hasn't melted too. And that big chunk is broken up out the middle. Fragrance. I think I will probably use, I have a fragrance from, I ordered a while ago, and I was ordering a bunch of men's fragrances to see if I liked them. One of them was Draker, and the other one was Mayan Gold, right, from Brambleberry. And that's when I had an order and for men's cologne fragrance, and I didn't do it before, so I had to try and find a men's cologne fragrance, and I ordered those two to see if I liked them, and the Draker was just like a big hit. I was like, oh yeah, that one. That's a sexy scent. The Mayan Gold is mild. It's like a mild scent. I don't know. I guess it smells like, I wouldn't say men's cologne. Maybe, I wouldn't say an aftershave. Maybe it could be an aftershave. It's a light men's scent. It's interesting. But once I smelled the Draker, I knew that was it. The Mayan Gold, and then I had a friend who sent me her big bottle of Mayan Gold that she didn't like. So I have extra, so I just might as well use that. Now, the first time I had bought the Draker, like I said, I got it from Brambleberry. But since in my group, Savvy Intelligence Fragrances, we just had Draker on pre-buy. So, you know I got that right. You know I got that. And there was a few other men's fragrances on there too that I can't remember. I think it was like 6 or 7 on the list about every pre-buy. So I'm just stirring this up real good. And actually, this looks pretty good. Like the few ounces of liquid of aloe vera juice that I had put in here, it still looks pretty good. So if I didn't want to, I don't have to put any more liquid in here if I don't want to. You know, this texture would actually be an interesting confetti soap. Partially melted, because the shreds are white, black, and gray still. So, and the base soap right now looks gray. So this would actually be a pretty interesting confetti soap. To just only partially melt everything and just still leave some unmelted shreds in the soap. That would be interesting. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so I think I'm going to use the Mayan Gold. So I'm waiting for my Draker from the pre-buy hot. So, and I was just thinking, like, I probably would have to order some more from Brambleberry. But then the pre-buy came about, and I was like, yes, I don't have to order any from Brambleberry. Them tiny behind expensive fragrance bottles, you know. The pre-buy is 16-ounce bottles for $16. So, you know, definitely getting that. And he does a sale. Like, I mean, not a sale, but you'll get some money taken off if you buy 4 bottles. I think he takes $1 off of each if you buy 4 bottles, I think. Yeah, looks good. To me, that's not wet enough, so I know I'm going to add that. I think it's 5.5 ounces of coconut milk. I'm still going to add that. I love the creamy effect. So I will bring you back again. Okay. Looks like I'm burning the sides, but you know what? That's fine. You know what? I still forgot to bring my color down. Yeah, this is looking awesome. Nice and gooey. Nice and gooey. Good, but you know what, not fluid enough, so I'm going to go ahead and add some more liquid, which is my coconut milk. Coconut milk smells so good. Even though I don't like it as far as like drinking it or anything. I mean, it was sort of looking okay, but it's just not gooey, you know, not gooey enough for my taste. I need more liquid. So the shreds will better melt. Because this was a pretty big batch, and I need all the shreds to melt. Still seeing a little bit of chunkiness in there. Now, some people would mold this right away, right now, but no, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. Because I'm still seeing a little unmelted pieces. I'm still seeing a few unmelted pieces. And it's not goopy enough for me, which means I'm going to need some more milk. Or whatever. That's just the way I like to do my rebatch. I like mine to be a goopy mess. A nice pile of, you know, liquidy, not liquidy, but like, you know, goopy. This is not goopy enough. Not goopy enough. Back on and keep letting it get hot or whatever. course, I also know that the fresher your soap is when you rebatch it, the better it'll melt down, and you'll have less unmelted chunks in there. So I do know that. So this is not extremely fresh. I made it a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I made it a couple weeks ago. But it was when I made it, it was a 1-to-1 water lye ratio. So, and when I blended too much, it seized like crazy. I mean, it was hard as a rock trying to stuff into the mold, and it was hot too, because it was pretty much turning into soap. It was really, really hot when I was trying to stuff it in the mold and thinking soap. And when I had took it out of the mold the next day, it was like the outside of it, when you peel the silicone off the soap, looked like granite or something. Like, it was so super shiny. It was super shiny, and it's sort of like glass, like you can see your reflection. It was crazy. I've never had a soap do that before. And so, but it just didn't, of course, come out right, because it was filled with a bunch of like air holes in the soap and everything, because I was smashing it down in the mold trying to just get it in there, and I just knew it wasn't going well. I just knew. Let's see, I'm gonna try to get some of this off the sides. No, don't go back in there. Probably try to scrape some of this off the sides, which could also be hindering the heat getting to the soap. Okay, so I added some more. This time I just threw in some really, really hot water, like 4 ounces. I know it seemed like I'm adding not seem I am adding a lot of liquid, but I'm okay with that. That's just me, and I've just decided to start taking out the pieces I see that just didn't melt. It probably would just be easier than trying to. You see how goopy, and this is exactly what I need, just like this. Like I just put it in, so I'm gonna wait a little bit more. Yeah, any chunks I see that just seem like it's not going to melt, I'm just going to take out. Of course, I'm not going to get them all. That's alright. Yeah. Nice and goopy, just like this. And no, I might add more. That's just me. Because I want my rebatch to be smooth. I mean, if there's a couple, unmelted chunks in there, as long as it's not too many, I'll be fine. And I just noticed the fragrance that I decided I was going to use said it discolors the brown, so yeah. The Mayan Gold from Brambleberry, 2.6 vanillin content discolors the brown. But yet, on the website, when they have a picture of the soap that is not even brown, it's like a tan color. So that's why I bought it. And then when the bottle came and I read it, it says discolors the brown. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. When you showed a picture of a soap that you used with that fragrance in it, it was not brown. So, yeah. So I'm going to just put it in here, and it's just pretty much going to turn whatever color it's going to turn. Pretty much. So when you're doing rebatch, it's best to use fresh soap. You effed up. You realize that it doesn't look the way you want it to. Shred it up and pop it in the crock pot. It melted down. It melts a whole lot better and faster and easier, you know. Wait a couple weeks, and it can still melt down pretty good, depending on what you do. And it can still melt down good. But to me, waiting definitely doesn't give it. It still has some chunks in there. Not a lot of it. I haven't seen a lot of chunks, but a few. Nice and goopy. Nice and goopy. And I still forgot to bring downstairs my color to I'm wondering if I should even do the blue mica line, because if it's going to turn to brown, geez, I don't know. I did silver mica lines. I did gold mica lines. Well, if this color's to brown, I wonder if it should I just do the silver ones? Silver would pop better than dark blue, I guess, if it's going to turn brown. Right? Yeah, I don't know. I'll look and see what I got. I do have some white with color in it, like my yellow snow. It's a white mica with a yellow sort of shimmer to it. So I kind of like that. It's too bad I don't have any, well, gold, yellow, same difference. I was about to say, too bad I don't have any yellow mica, but sort of the same difference as gold. So, let me, you know what, while I'm doing this, what I did was, I took all the scrapes that I scraped, well, I scraped it when I turned the camera off, and I rolled it into a ball. So, that's going to go in the bathroom or the kitchen. And all this that I'm scraping off now will just get added to that ball, or maybe make us a ball. So, you know, because it's already soap, you don't have to waste it. All this that I'm scraping off is not going in the trash. It's just, you know, it'll be used. So, you're not just being wasteful. Or you can. Hey, it's your soap, your world. But, you know, I was just rolling it up so we can use it. Don't want to waste any. So, just in case you guys were wondering whether I was just scraping this and throwing it in the trash. Nope. Everything is being used. I'm just scooping up the soap I just got, and I'm gonna just roll it up into the ball. I mean, it's hot right now. It is sticking to my hand, but it'll come together. It may not seem like it at first, but so this is all I'm doing. Once it starts to harden a little bit, I mean, I did just pick it up after I just put it down on the plate. So it is kind of, you know, wet. Once it hardens, then it's easier to just manipulate. And I just do that. You ever made meatballs? This is how I roll the meatballs up in my hand to make a ball. And so this is just all I'm doing with the soap. Some lumpy parts, work out those lumps. Yeah. And there's my soap ball. I'm going to set this to the side. So if I have to add to it, I can. Just like that. Okay. Whew. probably burnt the pour soap because I was upstairs working on my display, my table. So this looks real good. I am going to turn this off now. Of course, I made it longer. Of course, you don't realize because I've just been pausing it, but I made this longer than it probably should have been because I was upstairs working on my display. And I'll probably show you guys what I've been working on. That way, so when I post this video, I can, you know, which will be way before my before my fair. You guys can give me some feedback on the table if you, of course, watch the end of the video. Of course, my soap slash office slash guest room is kind of, oh my god, there's stuff everywhere right now because I got soap stuff everywhere. I have, you know, well, my office stuff is not everywhere, but I still have, my mom passed at the end of this September that just passed, so I still have, you know, a few boxes of her stuff laying around that I didn't take to Goodwill, or, you know, that I just keep forgetting about, like her shoes, and I gotta shred her documents and stuff like that. So I still got that stuff around. Alright, now, I think I want to take, you know what, I'm tripping because I forgot the mica again. I forgot it because I'm so preoccupied right now. I am so preoccupied right now with the stupid display table. Oh my god. So, I'm going to just put I turned it off. So, I'm going to put this on here real quick. I have my fragrance that I'm going to use, which is Mayan Gold from Brambleberry. I don't even know if this phone is even focusing. I don't know. But, yeah. I think I decided on the white mica. So, this is off. I have my mold right here. I got an extra, I wrote down an extra one, but I don't think I'm going to need the extra mold. So, got my mold right here. Unplug this crock pot. So instead of the yellow snow, which was the white with the white mica with the yellow tint, I'm going to go with icy blue with this, which is a white mica with a blue tint. Got my sifter here from Brambleberry. Okay. Sorry if the steam is getting in the camera. I don't know. Yeah, it looked like it a little bit from the top. This little handy hook here is pretty cool for the slow cooker. It's pretty cool. Okay, so I need to move this thing out the way so I can make room. Okay, I can still hear it sizzling. Sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. Okay. Way. This stupid soap fell in here. Alright. So, I'm going to just take this spoon and put it in here. Alright, so, I need my scooper. And I actually almost forgot to put the fragrance in there. Almost forgot. Yeah, this has a light incensey type smell to it. Yeah, I don't know. If I could go back, well, I'm gonna use these, but I probably won't buy it again. I doubt it. It just doesn't have the scent I was looking for. At the time when I purchased it, I was looking for a cologne-y scent. But yeah, it has that incense smell. So I don't know how popular this soap is going to be. Hopefully somebody likes it. It's not unpleasant. It's not unpleasant. It's just different. It's one of those things that you definitely would have to smell for yourself to decide whether you like it or not, rather than actually going off somebody else's description. I just got a whole whiff of that in my nose from this heat. Whew. Yeah, this is one of those acquired scents because I'm not saying I don't like it, but I don't really like it. Yeah, I don't really like it. No, it smelled okay when I first got it, but now that I'm putting it in soap, I don't know. Maybe it'll smell better. Maybe it'll smell better after. Well, it's already cured, but after a couple weeks of sitting, maybe it'll smell a lot better. Hopefully. As of right now, it kind of smells like incense. Maybe some, I want to say Indian incense, but I know what you wouldn't really understand what I'm saying about that. But I used to work at Dunkin' Donuts, and my boss used to always light incense a lot in her office. Of course, we all could smell it. But is one of, I don't know, I'm not sure where she got them from. But she would always light them for, in the morning for her prayers and stuff like that. And in the afternoons. But it sort of smells like one of those incense. It's probably not an Indian incense. It's, I don't know, probably with different, I'm not sure how to describe the notes of the incense that she used to light. So, yeah, it just smells like an incense. Making sure that fragrance is all mixed in. Alright, so now the fragrance is mixed in. Let's go ahead and do it. We'll see. Since this is gray, we'll actually see how brown this thing says it's going to get. But of course, it always says on the bottle that for cold process, it'll discolor the brown. But hot process discolors the brown too. I had something. One of the fragrances that said discolored to tan, and I didn't realize it. And when I used titanium dioxide in my hot process, and I made purple mica lines, gradually over time I noticed that the white was turning tan. And I realized it said on the bottle that it had a little vanilla in it. I mean, it didn't look bad. I just didn't realize that it would discolor when I had put TD in it. Okay. So, yeah, I'm gonna down some. I'm gonna actually turn. You know what? I unplugged it. I say I'm about to keep this thing on warm. Okay, I'm gonna keep this on warm right now while I do this. Okay, can you guys see? All right. Put that out the way. And with hot process, you gotta work a little bit, you know, quickly. Of course, you can't really see the blue shimmer really. It's really nice when you add it to different colors. Lid hook is actually pretty handy. And I'm not trying to make the mica line straight or anything. Not at all. It's just gonna, wherever it falls is where it falls. Yeah, this is definitely an acquired scent. Sheesh. I almost knocked the tripod over. Okay. Of course you get mica everywhere. You know what I never thought about actually doing, which was spraying some alcohol on the mica. I wonder if that would work okay. Or like make sure that your layers stay together if you use too much mica. I don't know. Don't know. Try it, why not? Ooh, when you do that, I can see the blue. I don't know if you guys can see that. You probably can't. But as I'm wetting it, the blue is definitely coming out. Wow, that's pretty interesting. Let's see. No, I don't think you guys can see it. But yeah, the blue was definitely came out. This is just 99% rubbing alcohol that I'm spraying in here. Don't ask me why, because it just came out in my head as a good idea. It's probably not. But you know what? I tried it. Why not? It's my world. So yeah, this is pretty much how you want your rebatch to look, which is nice and goopy. It lets you know that all of it, or at least most of it, melted the way it was supposed to. I see a white chunk I don't want in there. Put you to the side. White unmelted chunk. Yep, that was a big old blob of soap that just fell. So, I did bring down another mold just in case this one wasn't enough. Or, you know, I mean, okay. Flicking soap everywhere. I still got a little bit left. So what I'm going to do is I'm still going to tap this down really good and put whatever it is I need to put on top some more. I might actually not put any more on here. You know what? I don't even know why I got a spoon. I could have used that. I just spoon the soap away from the edges. There's not much you're really going to be able to do with a hot process top, which is fine. Just, you know, do what you can if you want. You don't have to. Sometimes I do try and do something, sometimes I don't. Because, you know, no matter what you try to do, it's really going to end up looking the same, which is like a rustic, crumbly, not crumbly, like rock formation top of soap. So early on, I definitely was okay with how the hot process tops looked. It didn't bother me because it's not really all about the top of the soap. It's about, you know, not necessarily the properties, but, you know, how the soap feels to you. What might be extra moisturizing to you is not necessarily that way to someone else, but that's the only thing that matters is how a soap feels when you use it, really. So I don't really care what the top looks like. I mean, I was okay with it looking all crazy. But I at least try something. I try. Yeah, I'm at least trying to lay down some of those ridges. Okay, looks good, looks good, looks good. Yeah, it looks real good. I would sprinkle some on top, but it really, you won't really be able to tell because it's white. So, and inside is gray. Supposedly going to turn brown. Maybe not right away, but supposedly it's supposed to. So we'll see. Now, I still got a little bit left. Let me put this in the oven. I made this long piece of cardboard to go on top of my soaps while they're in the mold. I just cut it out of, you know, the one of the packages that came for me. So I just put that in there. This is just a small one that you can, I don't know, use for samples, or you can sell. Because this 1 pound mold here will hold, you will get about three 1-inch bars out of here, and a little bit that you could cut the end off of for, like, you know, for yourself, or to, you know, some people sell their ends, their soap ends. You can get either one nice size soap end out of this or 2 small ones, but 3 1-inch cut bars. Now, I'm not sure where you would get a mold like this from, because I bought this from someone that was in my fragrance group. She does sell a lot of stuff, or destash a lot of stuff. So, and her company is called Sassy Turtle Soapworks, and she destashes a lot of stuff in the groups. So she sent me this one because I was looking at the time. I was looking for a 1 pound mold that I just really couldn't find, or they were just too expensive. So I think a lot of us soapers are in like almost every destash group, trying to, you know, make sure we can get a bargain or whatever. You see a lot of people going out of business too, so they try and sell what they have left, which is pretty sad. But then again, you don't know the circumstances of the reason why that person is closing their business. Some people for medical reasons, or, you know, or because they just don't want to do it no more. But either way, no matter what's the reason, it's just sad. I hate it, you know. And that will go in the oven as well. Oh, and stay tuned if you want to see my soap display for my fair that's coming up. Okay? Okay, so here's what I'm working on so far. Excuse the office area and my blankets and robe and stuff back there, and and all my mom's stuff piled up in the corner. Anyway, these are little doilies I got from the dollar store. These are my oopsie soaps, and the stupid sign keeps moving, but I got this little thing from the dollar store as well. It's like a little heart. And this plate is a plastic turntable, like a cake turntable that I got from the dollar store as well. I got all of this from the dollar store, even this glass here. That's like part of my display. So these are my oopsie soaps, the ones that didn't really come out too great. Like you see that one, they, have stuff like that happening. So that's my oopsie display, my DIY. Have a little smell test out here. I have to go back to Dollar Tree and get some more of these tiny doilies, because I like how they look. They're smaller rather than the coffee filters. I realized I have the coffee filters. I thought maybe they would work, but no, I actually like these little tiny doilies. So I need to go back and get some more of these. These, hope you can see good, even though the background is kind of CDs and stuff going on. This little tray, this is a tray, and okay, I'm gonna actually glue this down. See, because right now it sort of looks like this. I have some E6000, and I'm definitely going to make sure that does not move, because you don't want no accidents to happen. These trays, this is a medium or large tray or whatever, and this is a small one. They're called shelving trays, or just stacking shelves. And my husband bought those home last night from Big Lots. The small ones was $6, and these ones was $9. Now I'm trying to decide whether I like the way the these look. You see how they just like that? Which is cool. It's not, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. But I have, where's that other doily? I sort of have an idea with the medium doilies. Move these out the way. Of sitting one right there. I was thinking about actually going to the store and getting some of the drawer liners and just like cutting them to size, depending on what color or whatever, and just using it like that. But you know, I kind of like the whole doily theme I got going here. So, you know, it don't have to be spectacular. It's functional or decorational or whatever. So, like, you can't tell anything. It's just a white doily underneath there. So, and these trays hold a lot of soaps. And this small one still holds a lot of soap. There's a lot of room here that I could put. I think I can stack like 6. Yep. 6 and 6 in a line. I just moved this over like this to give me a visual of, you know, how I would put everything and how it would look for me on the day of the show. Now I got this little fake lavender plant from the dollar store. Yeah. To, you know, space filler. Now I have this, I have one of these. I don't know whether I want to keep it or not. So I put my little hand soaps in here. Here's the smell. Oh, did I show you the, I have the soda ash on this one. These are these. And this is this one. And oatmeal is that one. So I have, you know, the smells out here. These have little smell holes in them, but I still had an extra that I was just going to keep for myself. So I would said, you know, instead of people trying to smell it through that tiny smell hole, I can just, you know, put that out for them to smell. And then over you have the smells over here. I call them the smells. This display. Oh boy, yes. Have my little lavender. I'll take the tags off, of course. This is just as a practice to see whether I like this or not. This tray I actually put in the middle instead of sitting on the side like that one, how this one is on the side. This one's in the middle. And I was trying to figure out, because a whole soap can't fit on the side, so I liked that I put this there and put that there and these two in the middle. So, I don't know. I might go to the Family Dollar. That's where the contact paper is. Well, I think they got some at Dollar Tree too, but Family Dollar's closer. So I'll go there and see if there's any I like, but I'm sort of okay with it just looking the way it is because it's not terrible. It's not terrible, you know. And if I had a whole bunch of extra, like, body butters and stuff like that, I could have stacked them up under there, but I don't make anything but soap right now. So I'm thinking about body butter, but that's later on. These are my other soaps. These are not wrapped yet, of course, because I just made these not too long ago. So I put the doily under there too to see if I liked it. And those are like this. And I got these two. Of course, these are not wrapped either. I didn't get there yet. This is my rebatched lavender rosemary soap. Those are rebatched and they came out beautiful. This is the one where I did at night that I just didn't have time to really film because my son was running around like a psycho. So, and those are there. I got my sign here. I used markers to write that, but what I was thinking was to print out, you know, on my computer, pick some really nice letters and print it out about, you know, something about this size so I could put it in a picture frame and put it on my table. I actually really like that idea. For this thing here, I know that seems kind of, I don't know. What I was going to do is go to Michael's or something and get my, I do want a soap sign, so get the letters that say soap and just like kind of either hot glue or whatever to the top of there. Those really big letters, I liked it there. So I originally told my husband I needed another one of these crates, the small ones that I got from Walmart. They were $6 from Walmart, this tiny little thing. But I don't think so, because what am I going to do with it? What am I going to put on it? I kind of already sort of have a plan, but originally I put the men's soap in there, which was this one, and I put this one in there, but it kind of just didn't look, I don't know. They just looked like they were lonely soaps in there. It was kind of shallow, so I figured those little hand soaps would be perfect in there. Okay. My generic soap sign right now, I just wrote that just so I can put it on the table to see where I would put it. I won't actually have this that says soap, just soap right there on the table. I actually have two of these. I bought two of these to see whether I would write something on it or not, and I was just trying to see where I would put it. So, these are my, what's the name of this soap? Lounge Act. My husband names these soaps. That's why I can't ever remember. And my little smell piece here is an end piece. That's all I had with this one. Because with that mold I used, you only get 7 soaps. So, and I wrote limited. These little things I got from Walmart. It was a pack of 4 for like $2. They came with little sticks too, but so you can like stake them in something, but I didn't need that. I just rolled up a piece of tape on the back of here and just stuck it right there. I was going to hot glue it, but I said, hey, the tape works. This is my other soap. Now, these will have signs on them. I'm going to stick the labels down here, actually. My labels that go on the soap. Where is the soap that has a label? This soap has a label. So with this label here, I'm going to stick down here. Like that. It'll probably be in bigger letters just because this will be just for display and not the same as the soap. So these are my coconut dreams that I made with the papaya puree that turned brown. Yes, they turned brown. It did not stay that pretty, nice reddish orange color in the beginning. So yeah, this coffee filter, I don't like that look. I'm gonna go get some of these doilies. And this is my lavender abstract. I still need labels. These are limited as well. I put limited on the ones that don't have that many. So, and my little sample out here. I didn't cut a little sliver out of this. This is actually a full bar. So, and this is the men's soap, Dark Viking. This one is limited as well. And I have a little sliver of this, that one of the soaps I cut in half. My friend took the other. This is the other men's soap. All the men's soaps are, the 3 men's soaps are here together. This is the end piece. So, yeah, and my blue suede. So, I can't back up that far. I have a TV stand behind me. So overall, this is sort of what it looks like. Now my banner's not on the front because when I try to hook it on the side of the table with like clip, let me show you the clips I have. These little clip things I got from the dollar store, which would have been fine because it clipped here, but unfortunately the banner is too long. It's long this way, but it's also tall. So it will kind of be like dragging on the floor. So I'll probably use some Velcro or something, and I'll have to bring it up to about here on the table, just so it's not dragging on the floor. So I was thinking of actually maybe going to Walmart and getting a nice long table runner and just putting it right here in the front to put over top of the edge of the banner. And the banner will go across there. It's not up right now, of course, because I'm only one person, and if I tried to put that banner up there already, it'd been all over the place. So, here it is. And you guys can give me your feedback. What you think. I mean, it looks great. I like the way it looks. I know you see some empty spaces underneath here, and here, and here. What I was thinking was I was going to put like some plants. They would have to be short though, of course, because it's not that tall of a space. So I'm gonna take this tray with me to like Walmart or something, and see if they have like see what I can find to put under there, or if you guys had any suggestions. I originally put the Coconut Dream under there, and to see if I would like that, but it blocked these that I wanted to put out here, the smells, because I know people sometimes they vibe with their nose, so that's why I wanted to have an open bar that people can just pick up and smell, and pick a wrapped one if they like it. Now, of course, these are not all of these are all of the kind of soaps I have, but these are not all of all of the soaps. Like, you see only like 6 here. I still have a lot more of these. You know what I'm saying? I just put out what could fit out or what could give me an example of how it would look right now. So don't think I only have like 6 soaps of just everything. I just only have like 7 of these. Like, because I've had these for a while. These have been selling good. These so good. And when I made these 2 essential oil soaps, I didn't realize the mold I used would only make 7. So it's just like, whatever. So these, of course, don't have a limited sign. It's just blank. I'm not sure what I'm going to put there. Men's soap or something. I don't know. There's more of these. So they won't have, that's the only one that won't have a limited sign. And when I watched a lot of DIY videos for these displays from Dollar Tree, like it's a lot of Dollar Tree DIY stuff that is on YouTube. I like that idea. I was going to spray it, everything white maybe, but I actually like it just like that. Apparently I have a doily theme here, and a clear plastic theme thing going on, and natural wood theme going on. So that's why I wasn't sure whether I actually wanted to cover these. Maybe I can get white drawer liners or something like that. I'm not sure. I'm still not sure. So when I go to the store, I'll look and see the choices, and maybe that I'll decide whether I want to actually cover the bottoms of those trays. At first I was also thinking about draping like a cloth over it, but I kind of don't like that idea either. I feel like my table it's simple, and hopefully it doesn't look too cluttered. I feel like it's organized. If it's cluttered, I feel like it's an organized clutter. If that makes sense. So, I don't know. So you guys, give me some feedback on my display here. I think it looks good, but yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with these little things. I probably won't do anything with this. Like, I tried to put it around at different places, and it just seems like it was in the way. Like, if I put it there, maybe if I put it there or something, but these 2, I probably won't leave those there on the side there. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know yet. I might. Whatever. Because they obviously are fake. But I didn't want to buy anything real and have to take care of the stupid real plants for like a couple weeks, and then they wind up dying before the show because I do not have a green thumb. No matter how many times I tried to buy plants and watch videos and look up how to care for stuff, they all just died, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm over it. So I don't want any real plants. I just don't. So tell me what you guys think. Give me some feedback, ideas, or if you just don't care, don't say nothing. Okay, and stay tuned for the cutting. Yeah, for the cutting. You know what? Let me move this over. I am like super sorry that this video is so long. I didn't intend for it to be long. I knew I made the mistake again. I always keep forgetting to cut this piece off of here. The end piece. I keep forgetting. See, there's a piece of unmixed, of unmelted soap. I keep forgetting to cut the end piece off. Every time. Yeah, well. So I'm probably gonna, it's probably gonna be a theme. The pieces I did not get or catch or melt, so it's just gonna haunt me in this batch. It looks like it's a piece there too. On this side, there's that piece there. The mica lines, you can sort of see the blue a little bit. White mica lines. I can't talk. I didn't use enough mica. Usually I use more mica than I probably should, but this time it seemed like I played it safe. Yeah, it definitely seemed like I played it safe this time. I didn't use my usual amount of mica when I'm doing the lines. So, yeah, lines are and the scent is not as strong right now. It's still pretty you can still smell it when you put the soap up to your nose, but yeah, I gotta tell you, it's definitely not my favorite. It had the house smelling, because you know when you do hot process and you put in your scent, fragrance, or even essential oils, it tends to smell a lot stronger than if you're doing cold process, because with hot process, everything's hot. So when you add the fragrance to it, it's just like, it's just like 10 times stronger, and the house just smells like it. Got some separation at the bottom. There we go. And there's some more unmixed mica. I mean, not mica, soap. Unmelted soap in there. So, it didn't come out as perfect as I wanted it to. It probably wouldn't have been so bad if I wouldn't have, maybe I should have colored it. And also, don't fall. And also, I mentioned before that you get a whole lot better results when your soap is fresh. Freshly made will always melt a whole lot better than, in this case, a 2-week-old soap. Or was it 3 weeks? 2 or 3 weeks old soap. So I shredded everything good, but you'll still may get some stragglers. Another piece. Let's just do it in mica at the bottom. Well, this is it. I don't know what I'm calling this yet. I'm not sure. Because definitely not really fond of the scent. Yeah, I had to put it in the basement. It was just so strong in the house. Put this joint in the cold basement, so I just couldn't smell it anymore. And I was like, and I still have a 2-ounce bottle left of this fragrance. That's the 2-ounce bottle is the one I originally bought from Brambleberry, but a friend who also didn't like it. Well, I mean, when I smelled it in the bottle, it smelled okay. Yeah, and soap, not so much. Yeah, a friend who also ordered hers from Brambleberry, a 4-ounce bottle, she didn't like it, so she sent it to me. And I was like, oh, cool, I got an extra. Yeah, well, I used her 4-ounce bottle, and I still got my original 2-ounce bottle that I don't know what to do with, because I just don't. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of this scent. It really truly smells like incense. Like a sandalwoody, I don't even know if sandalwood is the right scent. It's like, yeah, like a sandalwoody, weird incense. So pretty much all of the soaps just look like this. No different. And I'm going to say right now, thank you guys for watching my channel, for coming back every time, and you know, when I have a new video. Some of you guys give me some feedback on some stuff. Thanks for that. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe. If you want to see more videos, hit the bell if you want a notification when I post new videos. And I'm just gonna stop this now because they're all pretty much going to be the same. And thank you guys, and I'll see you or talk to you on the next video. Hi guys, Fia here. I just realized, because you know I just got finished rebatching that soap, and I still don't know what to call it, of course, the one that smells like incense, and I think that I just don't like it. Let me turn you guys around. Wait, can I turn you around? No, all I did was just take my own picture. So, you know, this soap, just got finished rebatching it, and I just don't like it. So what I'm going to do is, since I just touched it, so it's still fresh, freshly rebatched, it's still soft, it's fugly. I don't like the smell, so I'm going to rebatch it. I'm going to re-rebatch it. Yeah, you can do that, so what? And I don't think I would need to add any more liquid to it or anything. This would be my first time doing a re-rebatch, so I just don't like it, and it's still freshly soft. I made it yesterday, and today I just popped it in the freezer for a few hours just to get hard enough so I can, well, it was hard already. It was just kind of soft, but you know, to get it out of the mold easier, I popped it in the freezer. Sometimes I do that with my soaps, my hot process. So yeah, I'm gonna re-rebatch it. I don't like it, and I'll record the whole journey for you guys so you can see how it turns out. So I'm gonna go get my baby from daycare right now, and while he's playing and watching PJ Masks again, I will be shredding this stuff. It's going to be kind of mushy because it is soft, and I will be shredding it, but the softer it is, instead of just throwing it in the pot the way it is now, I'd rather just shred as much of it as I can, and because I just like the shreds and it melts better. So it's soft, I'm just going to re-shred it. So see you doing the re-rebatch. Bye.